I strive to become a high-performing team, and we actively talk about that every week at our staff meetings. One of the ways, there's components to a high-performing team, and that is the people, the infrastructure, and the systems that you put in so that your people can perform highly. So we've really embraced and integrated the best software into our accounting practice to streamline what we're doing. So it makes it a better work experience for our staff, and it makes it a better client experience for our clients. I think that one of the keys to business success is to find those cheerleaders that are more experienced and knowledgeable than yourself, because that's when, they can share their knowledge with you, and that's where the real collaboration comes. When I was starting out in my North Chamber and Northland Inc. were absolutely key for my success. They are experts at what they do, and that is business growth and tapping into people that they can see perhaps a lot of potential in, people that are going to create businesses, successful businesses, therefore really contribute to the economy and employing staff. And they are amazing at wrapping their arms around you to achieve that. It's very lonely at the top at times, and you really don't know which way to go. So having those key cheerleaders around anyone in business is amazing and makes things a lot more successful. I think one of the best things that I think works for me in my well-being is to set expectations to those around me. And that includes my staff, my clients, and my family. So an example of that could be when we take on new clients, we clearly set out, we'll happily take on a piece of work for you, and it's going to take 6 weeks to complete, let's say. So it could be annual accounts and tax returns. So we clearly set those expectations so they know what they're in for and what the timelines are. I go back to understand your market, but not just know who your market is, understand them, breathe them, connect with them, reach out to them, love them, care for them. That's probably pretty key in building a sustainable business, and also for its resilience, because those people will keep coming back. I think if we all stay local and try and do business together and with each other, that's really going to help the sustainability of the Northland economy too. I will say, just believe in yourself. How do I put this? Put it out there. Yourself and your personality, as well as your business. People love dealing with someone who's very authentic and warm and is happy to be vulnerable. Let their guards down, and they can just talk freely. I very much believe in being a listener rather than a talker. This is what I've done to build my confidence and talk about our businesses. Is I've written a 1-minute pitch for each of our businesses, so that when I meet someone new, or when I'm networking, I can draw on those notes that I've made and just give a 1-minute pitch to build my confidence. So when I meet a new client or a person, I can tell them very briefly about who we are and what we do, and then I put my listening ears on. So some tips that I could offer for those that are navigating through these hard times right now. I would really recommend that businesses sit down and do a business plan. Even if they grab a template off business.govt.nz and start writing, even by hand, really draft business plan. Like once you do that, it will take you to a place where you're like, okay, so this is what I'm doing now, but what do I want to do? Those that are starting to be a bit more successful, those that are thinking about diversifying and probably not realizing they have other skills on board until they sit down and do a bit of a planning session. Diversifying, so therefore they might have other revenue streams they can draw on in their businesses. And you'd be surprised what they kind of come up with, really, that they didn't realise was already there. One of the biggest things, let's not lie here, is cash flow and lack of money in everybody's life. I would recommend really get a handle on your cash flow, and almost on a weekly basis. I know in Xero there's some good cash flow reports and things, but have a look at your bank account and understand what money has come in and what needs to go out. And if you do have a hole, how are you going to navigate that? Can you pay things off? Can you perhaps contact a supplier and just say, look, I'm having a bit of trouble now, can I just delay a payment? And just come up with some solutions for yourself. If you don't sit down as a business owner and do these things and just let the whole thing fall over, you're never going to get there, and it will fall over. And the other thing is things will come right. They will, but it just takes time. So know your numbers and know what's going on with your cash flow. Diversify, definitely a good one. And if things aren't really going right, is it time to actually close the doors and go and do something else in all reality? So some people right now are facing that. But I suppose the flip side of it is there'll be a new beginning and perhaps some happier days, if that has to happen. One last thing I'd like to say is I'll just go back to Northlanders supporting Northlanders. I think if we decide we need to purchase something, either a product or a service, if you can find it locally and you're happy with that, think about how much it will contribute to our Northland community by doing that. And also, it's really amazing if people can give testimonials or Google reviews online to support other businesses when you've had a really great encounter with another business. So go out of your way to get those up. TripAdvisor, Google reviews, just a testimonial, anything to help create an amazing business community in our Northland area.